Welcome everyone to a great game between Nevermore as the Lizardmen against Blod OG Mine as the Empire. This match took place on Northern Chaos Wastes for the Battle of Griffons and Carnosaurs. So here in the front line with the Empire, quite a massive one indeed. 5 units of the Spearman Shields for that missile negation, 5 units of the anti-large and armor-piercing halberds in the back, and 5 units of the unbreakable infantry in the middle. 4 of them being flagellants, and 1 of them here being the Sigma Sun swordsman. For the range, we are going to have 2 units here of the anti-large and stalked huntsman, and they're going to be in support here of the hero, which is the Amber Wizard. He's going to be having the Curse of an Era, Flock of Doom, Wild Heart, and Power Stone. So, for the legendary lord himself, we are going to be having Boris Todbringer. Coming here with his fluffy hair, he will be having the Deadly Onslaught, the Midland Runefang, the White Cloak of Ulrich, Crush the Weak, Hold the Line, and Blood Roar. So quite the different story here for the Lizardmen. Quite the small force at 467 troops up against 1,488 from the Empire. We can see here 2 units of the Saurus Spears with those shields and 2 units of Saurus Warriors with shields as well. A unit here of the Poison and Armor Piercing Red Crested Skinks in the front, alongside here the Skink Priest of Heavens. A brilliant unit here up against the Empire with the Wind Blast to delete all that cheap infantry, and the Orion's Thunderbolt to delete all those artillery pieces. On the floor, we are going to have the Double Bastiladon Arc of Sotex. Amazing abilities here to deal with all that cheap infantry. Flying high in the sky, we are going to have the ROR Spirit of Tepok. Coatls are such gorgeous units, if I do say so myself. Here with the Lesser Banishment, Shield of Thorns, and the Master of the Sacred Places. On the floor, one of the most competitive Lord choices here up against the Empire. We are going to have the Saurus Old Blood on top of a Carnosaur there for the anti-large and armor piercing. Stand Your Ground, Amulet of Itzel, and Foeseeker as the kit. Bit of a shame not to see the Horn of Kygor today. A very nice attack armor piercing buff here with that additional charge bonus. Can really assist with cavalry pushes. But of course in the back here, 2 units of the armor piercing shock cavalry, the Cold One Riders. Great with their 90 armor and those bronze shields. So both sides coming together here. One thing to note before the battle starts, of course, any flying units such as Boris Todbringer, they're going to be a big problem here up against units such as the Spirit of Tebok. We have no range to support this gorgeous unit, so unfortunately here Boris is going to dominate the sky, and massively under threat is going to be this gorgeous thing. So it's such a shame to see, but hopefully we can keep it alive here. That's why always 1 unit of range here, even with a little bit of poison, is always such a nice touch. But flying in the front here, we can see some Saurus Warriors and Red Crested Skinks. They're going to be smashing up against the Spearman Shields in the front. We do have more Saurus Warriors just bashing apart the heads here with those maces up against that Empire State Infantry. In the front, we have managed to get away with the Spirit of Tebok, going to be flying using those brand new attack animations here on the front line of the Empire. Coming in the back, we are going to be having Boris Todbringer coming in with that Foeseeker, trying to see if he can delete the Spirit of Tepok. Looks like we have a Lesser Banishment here in the back up against the State Halberds to try and see if we can delete all that infantry. So pretty good job there in the middle as well. Some nice damage coming in from that Spirit. But on the left side here, we can see a Flock of Doom going down with the Curse of an Era as well, giving all those debuffs to melee attack, melee defense, and speed. In the middle here, we actually see struggling in the front line. We are going to have the Bastiladons, the Arc of Sotex. They do have some great abilities against infantry, but with so many halberds with that armor piercing, they can really struggle. In the middle, down to half health already, the Spirit of Tepok is using the Shield of Thorns with that physical resistance, but of course they're going to be getting battered by Boris Todbringer. Seriously need to get this Saurus Old Blood over here so he can really support up against this gorgeous monster. Over on the left-hand side, we are going to be winning up against the Spearman. This left-hand flank going to be a little bit weaker here for the Empire. We can see wavering units in the front line. I'd like to get some terror in here to try and see if we can push away a few units. The middle pocket is going to be breaking from the Empire. We are going to have a nice routing unit of halberds. We are going to have terrified units of huntsmen and spearmen as well. Look at this mass break in the middle from the Empire. Some great work from the triple monsters here from the Lizardmen. We can see actually terrifying the Amber Wizard as well. The Power Stone is going to go down for that extra mana, but trying to protect here is going to be Boris. He's going to be fighting up against that Carnosaur with the Jewel of the Ages. We can see some massive hits going down on Boris. Only 40 melee defense here to help him. In the front, we do have the Sigma Suns really holding back those Saurus Warriors. We are going to get away here with Boris. Unfortunately, that cavalry not going to be able to come around the corner here and pin in the gorgeous Lord himself. We do actually have a Flock of Doom in the middle, but on the right here, looks like we are going to be holding off those Saurus Spears, but in the back, we are going to have the Bastiladon Archosotex doing some really, really nice work. In the back, we did manage to get some of the range from those Huntsmen. They are going to be shooting here into the Spirit of Tepok, and unfortunately for that, Boris is in with some added range Spearman and Halberd assistance. Unfortunately here, this brilliant unit is going to be going down, 500 health, negative 14 leadership. I don't think we'll be seeing him back anytime soon. The Carnosaur is in the back, deleting Huntsman here. Just throwing Huntsman left, right, and center, and putting some nice pressure on that back pocket range. In the front line, we can see the Saurus Warriors doing okay up against Halberds. Halberds has some pretty good armor piercing, so it could really get into that thick armor there of those Saurus Warriors. In the middle, the Cold One Rider is going to be coming in and get some nice charge bonuses up against the Flagellants. I'd like to see a little bit more movement from them, coming around the battlefield, causing some more damage, and being just a little bit more of a threat on those rear charges. We can see that the Bastiladon is going to be chasing and staying right next to the Saurus Old Blood. Foseeker going down for that added nice vigor. Charges here coming in for Boris. He's going to try and see if he can snipe up against the Bastiladon Archosotek in the middle. It looks like he is going to be wavering. Is he going to go down, though, is the question. He does break. Boris gets out. He's done the job. We are going to have the Archosotek still go down, even though he's broken. Unfortunately, that is a broken mechanic here in the game currently. Shots still coming in the back here for the Huntsman, and no, the Spirit of Tepok goes down. What a gorgeous being. Unfortunately here, it's a shame to see it go. We are going to be losing the Bastiladon, we are going to be losing the Saurus Warriors, and the Cold One Riders. In the middle, though, a second Duel of the Ages, and we have Boris going up against the Saurus Old Blood. Cold Blooded going down to give that added leadership, and yet again, Boris is going to be running with his tail between his legs. We can see at the front line here, wavering, but also here, out of control, is going to be the Saurus Spears fighting to their last breath up against the State Infantry Empire with those Spearmen and the Flagellants. Running away again is another Bastiladon. These bad boys have certainly done a great work in the front line, getting 81 kills nonetheless. They're still doing some brilliant work. As we can see, Boris is going to be chasing after the Skink Priest of Heavens, but we do need to protect it here with the Saurus Old Blood. We're certainly going to need some Wind Blasters here to get rid of all this mass infantry. Saurus Warrior is going to be fighting right to the last model. 17 left, 740 health. Looks like we have Healing Cap here from Boris in the front line as well. He's going to be flying away, hopefully trying to see if we can get a little bit of regen here from that Midland Runefang. We can see Saurus going to be using his Foseeker to try and see if he can get into the back here and try and help out against that infantry. The Saurus Warrior Spear is going to be down to 46 models, 2,900 health, and unfortunately here there's not going to be a lot more to speak from here in the back line. We have a single unit of the Huntsmen. They're just about to run out of ammunition. 3 left there as they do fire into that front line. Boris is going to yet again charge up against that Skink Priest of Heavens. He is going to break negative 63 leadership, but he doesn't shatter. This bad boy still going to be rolling hard here in the backside. Charging yet again from the Saurus Old Blood, just clearing out Boris. Boris, you are not welcome here in the Northern Chaos Wastes. We can see in the front line, though, the Saurus Spears, they're going to be chasing in the back to really support their lord, but unfortunately, so much State Infantry is going to be between them and their lord. But he's going to be coming forward to fight here to try and see if he can terrify all of these halberds and spearmen. Still alive is going to be the Skink Priest of Heavens. I'd like to see him come back, cast some more magic as well. But in the frontier, yet again, another duel up against these absolute titans. Deadly Onslaught going down. He is going to be losing here up against the Saurus Old Blood. Stand your ground going down for the added melee defense. Wavering and running away for the 3rd time this battle is Boris. He will come back to fight another day, and he'll certainly get some more healing as well. Balance of power is going to be certainly even at this point, and anything is possible. If you're not careful with Boris here, it looks like we are going to be still having Deadly Onslaught. More shots coming in the sky here for the Bastiladon. Could certainly see a sniper attempt coming down here. He is going to fly, but he's going to think better of it. Charging in is going to be the Saurus Old Blood, and that's a perfect drop out there. If he did go down, the Saurus Old Blood was certainly going to come for the booty of Boris. In the middle, rampaging is going to be the Saurus Spears, standing to the last of their might as they break here up against this mass infantry. Running out of ammunition, it's going to be the Huntsmen. They're going to so heroically charge forward here into the front line as they take on the Saurus Old Blood. We are going to be losing the Bastiladon Archosotek. As a very, very weak Boris Todbringer runs away. 1,100 health for him, but we do seriously need to support this Bastiladon. If we can get him back online, we can really get that nice ability in to help delete all this infantry. Shots in the back still coming. Huntsman down to 1 ammunition left here. Once that's gone, it's going to be Boris versus the world. We can see he is going to come in for the snipe attempt. We can see the Saurus Old Blood is going to be healthy. He's going to be at 2,200 health. He's fighting up against the man, the myth, the legend. And, oh, a big hit going down. 900 health for him. He is going to get away. The Saurus is still going to be struggling here. He's going to be at 1,700 health, fighting up against all this infantry. Coming back again. Oh, another return for the Bastiladon. He's really going to try and get back into that front line to see if we can support the Saurus Old Blood. So if we do come down with Boris, we have 2 attempts to hit him here with the nice big dinos. Cold-blooded, stand your ground going down, added melee defense, Boris is in, we should be able to get a charge here from the Saurus Old Blood, Foe Seeker as well, a nice hit, 433 health, he is going to be wavering, 9 leadership, and he flies away again, but a nice ability here from the Bastiladon, trying to see if he can do that great damage here up against those Flagellants. Of course they're going to be unbreakable, so it is going to allow that cycle charging here from Boris. In the back line, notice we have some more spearmen, some more huntsmen as well to really pile into this front line force. Now, if we're not careful, we are going to be terrifying a lot of this infantry. We have shattered the Bastiladon Archosotek. A nice sniper attempt here from Boris. Is he going to get in deadly onslaught as well? Is this going to be enough is the question. 433 health. Balance of power into the Empire favor. 968 health left for the Saurus Old Blood. This goes down to the duel of the ages between these two. Is it going to be Carnosaur or that Imperial Griffon? Only time can tell here. 870 health, 433 here for Boris. I really don't know who's going to win this out here. And the Saurus Old Blood goes down! What a win here for the Empire with such a great finish. Brilliant stuff coming from Blod OG Mine, and well done here to Nevermore as well. Such a low infantry count, 471. An over triple at 1,488 here for the Empire. So what a great uphill battle from the Lizardmen. We can see 110 kills, 4,270 damage value from the Saurus Old Blood. If you did not know just how competitive this guy is, that is a stat line you need to know. But 38 kills, 862 damage value for the Skink Priest of Beasts. Sorry, from the heavens, but it looks like he'll be able to get 318 for the red-crested skinks, 1,450 for the Saurus spears, and 87 kills for 558. From the warriors, 600, and the second unit, 560. 450 here for the Cold One Riders, 446 here for the second unit, with 213 kills for that Bastiladon Archosotek, 1,974 damage value, with 1,300 for the second unit. Only 500 here for the Spirit of Tebok, but of course really up against it here as the only flying unit. The man, the myth, 3,000 damage value for Boris Todbringer. You could not ask much more from this man. He single-handedly pulled and dragged and screaming, kicking. He just dragged the Empire to a victory here. What a man, what a myth, what a legend. 335 for the Amber Wizard, and for the Spearman, 370, 220, as well as 240, 220, and 170 as well. For the Halberds, 880, 450, 260, 470, and 366. So very good overall. 880, I'm really not surprised. 856, 647, 468, and 580 here for the Flagellants, really punching quite well, with 537 for the Sigma Suns. For the range, 825 and 898. I'm also not surprised considering how many large and expensive dinos were on the battlefield. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. It was such a great spectacle. If you did, please smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below about what you thought as well. And if you are new here, maybe think about subscribing. If you're also new, go down to that description. You can find all my other social media platforms, and most importantly, my Discord. Now, why do you want to join there? So you're going to join so you can see all of my single player and multiplayer content. You can join all of my leagues and tournaments, and you can post a replay just like this on the channel so I can cast it in the future. But other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.